welcome to Friday afternoon on HOTLINE with hot people. In the hot seat we've got Hamish Waters, and he's going to have a hot hat. I'm Sean Rush. Sarah Jane Seddon's here. We're here for HOTLINE. So go Hamish. Hey, nice to have you along here today.
Yeah, thank you.
Hamish, tell me you run a business that sounds a little bit related to your last name. Waters, eh? So what could it be?
Wellington rafting.
Wellington
We've been
rafting.
getting Kiwis wet since ages ago.
Yeah?
Yeah.
How did you get into that?
Well, I'd seen whitewater rafting on TV as a kid. Realised I'm a mason by trade, got into trade work and whatnot, and did that for a long part of my younger life, and realised I needed to do something different.
Younger life.
And went down to Nelson and did a diploma in adventure tourism.
Yeah, nice one. Sarah Jane.
Well, I've actually never heard of Wellington rafting, so I was wondering whereabouts are you guys located?
Okay, so we raft Te Awa which is based in Upper Hutt.
Oh, no.
Yep. Also in the Wairarapa, we do helicopter access rafting into Totara Flats. Also in the Akatarawa Valley, we have a canyoning tour that we offer. Epic multi-day adventures. Amazing tours, world-class adventures right here on Wellington's doorstep.
I'm just trying to remember, I did some rafting down just south of Nelson. Starts with N?
Murchison.
Yeah,
Ultimate
Sense,
yep.
Yeah, I've done a few. I've done a helicopter from the Stag Do up around there. I've also done the Zambezi. Coming out there was exactly right. So really interested. I've done a bit around New Zealand as well. So you did your outdoor pursuits course.
Yep.
Set up a business, and are you just basically in the Wellington sort of area? Do you do the Otaki River, for example?
We generally stick to the Hutt and the Wairarapa.
Yep.
Being so close to the city, I've found that having the adventures right here on Wellington's doorstep. You drive 35 minutes and you're in beautiful, untouched, ancient wilderness. Surrounded by beautiful native flora fauna. Rapids are epic. Yeah. World-class river, man.
Is that right?
Yep.
So I mean, my dad used to do it, and we'd have a family day.
Yep.
So is there a family day that I could take my kids and my wife and a few other mates and stuff?
Yeah, 100%.
Do a grade 3, grade 2 sort of thing?
Yep. Well, we've got two different options for a river section, the Wairarapa one and also Te Awa the Hutt River. 4-year-olds and up can do the grade 2 section.
Yep.
Our grade 3 wilderness rafting section is for 10-year-olds and up, and that's more of a full day experience.
Oh, yeah. Awesome.
Now,
awesome.
I'm just going to say, you must be quite strong with these guns to get those
She's talking to me, folks. She's talking to me.
Yeah, totally. And I was going to say,
Ex-New Zealand gymnast.
Have you ever actually fallen off the raft yourself?
Oh, plenty of times.
What's a good story you can tell us? Got any good ones?
Well, we actually had a big group out yesterday, 77 people on the river, middle of winter. These guys were doing self-guided rafts, big units. They're all from PCL Contracting, civil company. Awesome to have them out middle of winter time.
Team day.
Put them in their own rafts. These boys took the river, navigating down the rapids themselves, and they definitely fell out and got a little bit colder.
Yeah.
But they were afterwards totally pumped, paddling. They were actually racing. We did a team building adventure with them where they had to pick up tokens all down the river, which gained them points and won prizes later on. So because they were racing, they were super warm. And that actually leads me on to, we've got an event coming up called Battle of the Paddles.
Battle of the Paddles.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Awesome. This is a youth-funded race. So, team entry races. That's for corporates and other businesses who want to, come out, have an awesome day of team building on the river. And we also funding 20% of the team entries goes towards funding youth development programs.
Oh, nice one. Maybe we should get the Hurricanes out there to do a bit of teamwork over the off season. Who knows? Yeah. Who's going to win on Saturday, All Blacks or England?
Oh, always the Blacks, mate. Go the All Blacks.
Gee, I thought you were going to take a little while there. And what part of town do you live in?
I live in Upper Hutt.
Upper Hutt?
Yeah, I live in Upper Hutt, yep.
Yeah, I used to hang out there, Longfellow Street, a long time when I was much littler. And where would you go for a nice meal if you're taking your missus or your partner or whoever it is that you might want to go out? Or for a beer, Brewtown?
Yeah, Brewtown, go see the old crew at Wild Kiwi Distilleries.
Oh, nice one.
Yeah, Russell, the old owner there, is a good man. We do combo deals with him. pop in on there and grab a beer and a beverage.
Yep.
Beautiful pizzas, burgers. Yep.
Wow, I was going to say as well, would you be able to challenge Graham right now to an arm wrestle with those muscles right there?
He looks pretty tough. What do you reckon? Come on, Graham! Come on, man! There he goes, look at him, he's pushing me off me seat of it.
Throw him in the water!
He needs to get a paddle in his hand first.
Alright, folks. On that note, we're going to finish up. Thanks so much for coming on.
No worries, thanks, Sean.
That was
Thanks,
Hotline on Friday afternoon. I'm Sean Rush, I'm Sarah Jane Shannon, and with
Jeff. That's my name. Hamish Waters.
I knew the last name. Anyway, thanks folks. All the best.
Can't beat Wellington on a good day or even a bad day too. You can't beat Wellington, it's a cliche, but nonetheless it's true.
G'day folks, well welcome to Hotline. We're back here at St Albro. It's Courtney Place. It's Friday afternoon. We've just about got there folks, we've just about got there. I'm here, I'm Sean Rush. I'm here with Sarah Jane Sennett, and our hot person in the hot seats is going to get a hot hat is Lucy O'Neill, creative extraordinaire. So Lucy, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much.
Lovely to have you here, of course. Tell us about your creative. But I know you've done a bit of hospo, you've been involved with some of the bars here. Tell us all about it.
Alrighty, so music degree from England.
From England?
Yeah.
Not Oxford, but England.
No, my brother went to Cambridge, but yeah, I wasn't quite clever enough, but that's fine. And then I spent 3 months in Brazil, came over here like 18 years ago, 3 months in Brazil, into a volunteer placement in Brazil, and then came over here and fell in love with Aotearoa, in particular Wellington. Was going to be here for 3 months. Yes, the Whanganui-a-Tara. And and I was going to be here for a couple of months, and 18 years later, still here. 3 years stint in Argentina.
I did the same thing, went to London, just going to check it out, go to the beer festival. 18 years later, came home. So anyway, Sarah Jane.
I was going to ask, what's your favourite thing about Wellington then, now that you're here?
Alrighty, my favourite thing about Wellington is how it is so incredible, like it's just so easy to connect with people. I'll go to an event and I'll just be, oh hello, oh hello, oh hello. It's just great. Yeah, serial networker, I can't help myself.
I used to come back from London back in the early 2000s and go down Courtney Place at the bars, and there's just people, and I didn't know that many people, but somehow or other I did find folks that absolutely know what you mean. And what are the bars you've been involved in?
So I actually, I was working with Greg and Leon, who own San Diablo. So when I got back from Argentina, I was like, we need a little bit more Latino spice in Wellington.
Absolutely.
So I helped set up and then was running the events and the marketing for El Barrio, which at the time, I still go, but at the time it felt like my baby and my second home. And that was great. Yeah. So, that was really, really cool.
Okay, and what are you doing now, very quickly?
Yes, I'm working for a non-for-profit as a commercial partnerships manager. Really interesting times at the moment, that's for sure. Yeah.
And then are you seeing Wellington starting to hum? Are we getting back out of the COVID slump?
Yeah.
People coming in. We've got the All Blacks this weekend
totally.
in Auckland. But,
can't wait for the All Blacks on the weekend. Yeah, and
you're English.
Yeah.
What part of England?
Oh, I thought you were going to ask me England or All Blacks in case my parents listen.
What part of England?
The Midlands.
The Midlands, the Black Country.
Yeah.
What town?
So, well, actually, my parents have now moved back to Norfolk and they're loving it. So, yeah, on the East Coast.
You don't want to tell us what town?
Oh no, I just lived in quite a few. That's why.
Okay.
I spent 10 years in near Toaster, near Silverstone, Northamptonshire, near Silverstone Red Circuit.
Who's going to win the game on Saturday between the All Blacks and England? Your mum and dad are watching.
I think the camera's cracking up. It's cracking up. It's cracking up.
She said the All Blacks.
Up babies. I was going to ask as well, your outfit is so stunning. Whereabouts have you bought your outfit from?
Everything is from the op shop. I love the op shop.
My mum would love you.
I'm such a fan of the op shop. I don't really think about coordinating. I just go colour.
Well, you've coordinated with the hair.
Oh, so
good.
Yeah, so.
And I hear a birthday coming up. Everyone's invited. Oh, wait, so we're.
I did invite. I accidentally invited like a big group of people on Facebook by accident, like a group message.
By accident.
Yeah.
Everyone
No, I'm
come.
going to celebrate my 40th at the Realm in a tie-dye,
You're
which
not
is.
40, are you?
Oh, how old do you think I am?
29.
Okay, good.
Is that
good.
safe?
Where's your favourite beach in Wellington?
Ooh, Lyle Bay. I
Yeah.
love Lyle Bay.
Great surfing,
Love
great
it.
surfing.
Absolutely love
What
it.
about for a nice meal out?
Oh, I love Ombra on Cuba Street
Yeah.
and Matador. I spent 3 years living in Argentina, so I'm not a really big meat eater, but you cannot go past a good Argentinian Malbec.
And are you where are you living in Wellington?
Roseneath the tie-tie.
It is Roseneath, so
Yeah.
I'm Roseneath too, of course.
We're neighbours.
So the
I'll invite you to my
Bambuski
birthday.
bar, if you
Yes,
ask me, is a very nice treat
absolutely.
for us. Don't
Yeah.
tell anyone about.
Yeah.
Hey, all right, okay, well that's the hotline of the afternoon. Thanks very much, Lucy.
Thank
Lucy
you.
O'Neill, folks, creative extraordinaire, and I was Sean Rush. This is Sarah Jane Seddon. This was Lucy O'Neill. Thanks very much for coming, everybody.
Wonderful.
Have a great afternoon.
Thanks.
Tell me, are you on Dry July?
No, I'm not officially. I'm
you on
probably
July?
just imbibing like a normal
No, I
person
did
on the
think about
weekend.
it.
Dry
I'm
July?
not, I'm going out tonight.
Dry
so-
July?
I'm going to the Gold Awards.
Okay, well,
the Gold Awards.
You can't beat Wellington on a good day or even a bad day too. You can't beat Wellington, it's a cliche, but nonetheless it's true.
Welcome this afternoon to Hot Live, and we're on Hotline actually, we're on Wellington Live. We're coming down to you live, Courtney Place. Just a little tiny truck, man. It sounds like a big truck. But anyway, we're at San Diablo's on Courtney Place, and I'm Sean Rush. I'm your host for the afternoon. We've got Sarah Jane Seddon. She's going to be running the Facebook and giving really clever comments. And our first guest this afternoon, Cameron Bagri. Welcome, Cameron, to Hotline. He's our person in the hot seat, and he needs a hot hat.
Here you go, here's an awesome
Hotter than the one you
hat.
got, than the one you came
double
with.
hat it up.
Cameron.
Where's the tequila?
Well, that's a good point, actually. Where is the tequila?
It's 5 foot somewhere.
Okay. Oh.
So.
Dry July, folks. Sorry, Cameron. We tried to get you in last month. But anyway, hey, so Cameron, I mean, you're well famous with commentary around economics, and you make it interesting. I mean, so tell us, how did you start in the world of economics? Where did you start work? How did you end up being this superstar that the TV people all want to talk to, apart from News Hub, because that doesn't exist?
Superstar, just a little bit of common sense. Every day we call it sort of street smart economics as opposed to that academic stuff. And yeah, I went through university and was doing a bit of law, a bit of accounting, and sort of fell into economics, went to the Treasury, and the bank called me up and said, come down and work for us. And about 5-6 years later, I'm wearing the big hat, chief economist. And
Wow.
I did that for about 12 years.
Was that just a normal economics degree? Did you do honours? Did you get a master's?
Yeah.
Or was it the law degree that really pushed you, you know?
It was a bit of, it was a bit of numbers, bit of masters.
Yeah.
So a bit of grunt there behind the scenes, but I was never the smartest, kind of sort of class, but I had this thing called strategy.
Yeah, no, that's right. Sarah.
So we've got 2 questions from the followers, and they're from the ladies, in fact.
The ladies.
Where did you get your cool jacket from? Is one of them.
Someone gave it to me, actually.
It's a nice one for the winter.
A truck driver from Napier in the 1970s.
I'm looking, well, I'll be on the slopes in about 10 days and I'll have this thing on.
Where are you going to go?
I'll be down Mount Dobson or Randall, down around the Mackenzie country.
Snow good.
Well, it's looking like it.
Yep.
That's good.
Global warming.
You also got another one. Is that a 1 or 2 day shadow on you?
Oh, I wouldn't know.
Cameron.
I like the sort of rough look.
When the press ring you up or they bring you on a telly for a shoot and so on, do they give you a briefing about what they're looking for you to say, or is it pretty much just left to you to like articulate your view pretty much, even if it might go a bit off piece, which is topical given what we're talking about?
Yeah, well, there's this. Typically, I don't know the questions that are coming.
Yep.
And I don't like to know the questions. I don't like the scripted stuff. because I like the sort of the genuine product.
Yeah.
So throw anything sort of at me and sort of see where we go with it. And one of the classic people that used to be like that was old Duncan Garnett. We'd start off and we might have had a bit of an idea about what the topic was. Well, 10 seconds later, we're talking about something completely different. we were all over the place.
Michael Laws does that with me sometimes. So Cameron and I, we're going to be talking with Andy Foster later on today. He was the director of the airport, and as you know, Mayor of Wellington. What do you think about the sale of the airport shares? I mean, it's a bit politically charged, but I'm sort of a bit neutral, interested in your views.
The economic reality sinking in. You're either going to be cutting expenditure, you're going to be jamming up rates, or else you got to work your balance sheet. And working your balance sheet's not just about selling assets; it's about redeploy money from over there into over there. But your bottom line is that every council across the country is in for a bit of a wake-up call. And watch those local authority elections next year.
Can I afford a house is the question on today's, in society today.
Just in the context of the announcement Chris Bishop gave earlier this week, actually. I'm putting that to Andy as well.
Well, I guess it all comes down to your income. If you got, a bit of coin sort of sloshing around, anything's affordable. But, if you look at the housing market in New Zealand at the moment, it ain't at the cheap end of the spectrum. You've got a mismatch here between what you've got to pay for the asset prices versus what the average income is. And that's a big structural problem that will get worse over 30 years.
Question from the camera.
Cameraman.
Trump's elected. What does that mean for New Zealand?
A whole lot of Americans want to go live in Queenstown.
Awesome. Well, Cameron, so much. Thank you so much for coming on Hotline with the hot people in the hot seat we got hot at, and really interested in your measured and considered thoughts on both local body stuff and also the future population rise of Queenstown by the looks of it. So anyway, so thanks very much. Thanks, Sarah Jane, and that was Hotline here from San Diablo with Cam Baggery.
Wellington on a good day or even a bad day too. You can't beat Wellington, it's a cliche, but nonetheless it's true.
Hotline, we're here on Courtney Place, talking to hot people, the hot things in hot Wellington, hot tips and so on. I'm Sean Rush, your host, with Sarah Jane Seddon. We're gonna, the man in the hot seat this afternoon is Lucas Halakias. That's a hot name. You need a hot hat. Now Lucas is really hot because Lucas' claim to fame is a TikTok international superstar. Now, I'm interested to know what this is. I'm a bit old. I've got Facebook. And I'm currently being beaten up on LinkedIn as well by some cycle people, my good friend Julianne Tender, but leave that for now. We did have some feedback that they love the bumbling comedy program. So, all right, Lucas, but tell us, what does it take to get into TikTok? What do you do that makes yourself such a superstar? And how do I do it so I can teach for my son?
I think anyone can get into TikTok. If I'm going to be involved in TikTok,
just want to explain to the folks what TikTok is, just in case.
TikTok, right? TikTok, to simplify it, is a way to show your character, show your personality to the people out there watching, internationally, nationally, wherever it is.
So you don't think Hotline's an opportunity to do that as well?
Hotline is definitely an opportunity to do that. 100%. As you can see, the cameraman loves it. But I would suggest that every business, every individual tries TikTok because the possibilities are endless.
Well, so what I've seen, it's effectively a very short, semi-funny, interesting video that then repeats itself 100 times.
Unless you swipe.
Like a reel, unless you swipe.
Yeah.
Okay, so how did you get into that? What sort of age were you?
Good question. So we were 19 maybe? 19, 20, and we were, completing our uni degree. Just completed it now, thank you guys. But
what did you do?
I did a management HR degree. But how we got into it, my business partner Rit, best mate since third form, calls me up and says, hey bro, I'm looking after his old man's dairy, brings me over and we're just hanging out, right? So you need to do something. It's quite boring in those dairies.
Yeah.
No one's really going in.
Yeah.
And he says, all right.
Hats off to those guys at the
Totally. And then, he just comes up and goes, hey, do you want to film a video? And I said, yeah, no problem. We filmed the video. Next day, it went 50,000 views. And, we got a lot of shit from the boys. From the 2 weeks after
50,000 views?
Yeah, man, overnight.
Did you have your clothes on?
I had my clothes on. Imagine if I did it, eh? But I had my
Could have been
clothes
only
on,
10,000, but
50,000 views. It was a marginal video. I can't really remember it. I won't say it on camera. You'll find it somewhere. But went viral overnight, and we said we might as well do this for a career. And I think push comes to shove, here we are. So.
Wow. So what sort of audience do you get now?
Now it's a very mixed bunch. So during the day, we actually get recognised quite a lot. So during the day, it's from kids.
Yeah.
And then during the night, on Putting Place, everyone. As soon as they get a bit of alcohol in their system, they're saying hello. But it varies. So we thought it was the young kids, 12, 13. Now it seems to be 24, 25. So.
Okay. Sarah Jane?
Well, how do you usually come up with your ideas? Because I know the Karori dairy, to get inspired by dairy, how do you come up with that?
That's a great question, Sarah. I think we sit in the back room on the couch with my business partner's old man, and it doesn't take us very long. We've always been quite creative since we were in high school. We used to take the piss out of the teachers at the back of the class, so we're always the funny guys. And then being in the dairy, there's actually so much there, so much value in that place, so many products, so many services, all of that. So yeah, we ended up doing that, and there you go.
Nice.
And you said you're a professional.
Yeah.
How do you make money out of it?
How do we make money out of it? Great question.
If it's not a commercial secret, that is.
So TikTok don't actually have a creator fund. I'm sure you're aware of this, Sarah, as well. So they don't have a creator fund, which is quite unfortunate. They should probably get to that. But what we do is we've started a business where we actually help brands build their profile on social and through sort of comedic videos that helps build their platform and build their following, and then eventually following turns into consumers, right? So.
I'm going to throw something political at you, and you might not know the answer, but the creative fund that you just talked about, is that what the government's now trying to get the mainstream media on Facebook? Is that kind of the same sort of thing?
I like to stick away from the old government because it's always unsure.
Good on you.
The politics for me.
Question from the camera: did the National Party do well with their TikTok?
Or did they steal it off someone?
Were you creative on that?
No.
Were you with Labour?
But they did a really good job, National did.
Are you more of a Labour follower, fan?
We don't ask people's politics.
I can't comment on that.
Yeah, no,
I'm actually more of a what's the guy's name? Rit. My mate Rit, you know him? Yeah, he's starting his own party, so stay tuned for next election.
What is it? The frigid party?
That's the one.
Sponsored by Coke.
That's it, mate.
I hear there's a party called the Conservative Party. It's going for sale pretty cheap in London at the moment.
Yeah, totally.
Stick it in there.
Totally. I wouldn't know.
Well done, Boris. But anyway.
Any other questions?
I
Yeah,
ask you as well. So other than TikTok, what do you do? I think I know that you do football and things like that. Do you want to? What else do you do?
We'll jump into it. Eh? So I played football since I was about 3-4 years old. Played for my boyhood club, Wellington Olympic. That's down in Island Bay there. What else do I do? I really like to go for long walks across the beach.
Where's a good place to go for a walk then?
I think Oriental Bay is beautiful during a nice Wellington day, isn't it? What else do I like to do? Spending time with family is a big one for me. I think a massive one. But yeah, I'll say football's sort of consuming, but after the social media, it's just changed my life. It's honestly changed my life. And look at this, I'm doing an interview with you guys now.
Same here, a failed politician. Anyway, thanks very much, Lucas. Thanks so much.
Thank you. Thank you,
been
guys.
lovely to hear from you.
Thanks.
That's been Hotline with the hot people and the hot afternoon. Actually, not that hot afternoon, but the hot hats anyway. Sean Rose signing off. Thanks very much. Have a great weekend.
Question from the camera. Is it possible that this group of three would be able to coordinate a Mexican wave?
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Wait,
Sarah.
3, 2, 1, hey!
3, 2, 1, way!
That's it, mate. And then back.
And around the cake tin.
Yep.
let's get the sevens back.
Yes.
Anyway.
Can't beat Wellington on a good day or even a bad day too. You can't beat Wellington, it's a cliche, but nonetheless it's true.
folks. Well, welcome back to Hotline. We're here with hot people talking about hot topics. In the hot seat is Steve Piper. I'm here with Sarah Jane Seddon. I'm Sean Rush.
Sarah.
Steve needs a hot hat.
Yes.
Apparently I do.
There you go.
Today?
He does.
Cover that here.
Okay. I'm not so hot anymore.
And we're on Courtney Place, which frankly ain't too hot today. But there you go. We're all hot people on the inside upward. So anyway, so Steve, you've got a penchant for picking up early childhood centres. You run a whole empire of them, a few of them here in Wellington. You want to tell us a wee bit about how on earth you get into that and what are the sort of like trade secrets about it?
Okay. I've been in the industry for 20 years. I've built about 8 centres. Currently I had a brand in Wellington called iKids, but now I have a brand called Co-Kids, and Building Cares is one of my sites here. Highly regulated industry, but it's really rewarding seeing the children leave the centre going to the primary school centre.
It used to break I don't know how the teachers do it. Every few months, some kid that they've had in their care since a little baby ends up going off, and I just don't know how they do it. They regularly do it, but there you go.
Well, they have these children for 5 years, and they transition them to the primary school.
Yeah.
And also they go and see the primary school teachers and say, how is Johnny going? Look, we're settling in really well. And that's down to the teachers. It's down to them.
That's awesome. Now, from personal experience, my daughter and son's early childhood care had a lot of red tape and inspections by Ministry of Education, just officials trying to find a problem. Trip hazards with an outfield. They got rid of the chooks. The chooks were a hazard. We cleaned it all up in a working bee, but they were seriously threatening this place that took 150 odd kids, happy kids, and of course the parents as well, with disclosure without any sort of like thinking about what that might mean. So how do you deal with that, and what's the new government's sort of take on it?
Really good question. Look, I've got 94 policies governing my business. Okay,
Right.
And I've got a policy to govern those 94 policies. Okay,
One of those
some
things.
very serious policies in there. Child safety, really important. And then you get into some of the common sense scenarios where it's common sense.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
I know Mr. Seymour is going to look at cutting some of the red tape. We started to do that already.
Yeah.
We talked about a situation where a centre had to do a hazard management plan for an apple tree.
Yeah. What's the story with the apple trees? It's cut them down.
Well, that's certainly what I would have done, but I mean, there's fruit up in the ground, so what do you do with the rotten fruit?
Oh my God!
things
Rotten
like that.
fruit, and the humanity.
But one good thing that is happening currently is the family boost. Okay.
Oh, okay.
So families can get up to $75.
There you go, folks.
Okay. Via the government.
Sweet.
So helping families. at
Sarah
extra
Jane?
cost.
I was going to ask what else do you do as well, because I hear you do
Yeah, I've got a
like
couple of hats. So another hat I wear is a business it's called Ocean Direct, and Ocean Direct has been going for 10 years.
It's that fishing business, isn't
Yeah,
it?
it is. Yes.
What's your favourite fish then?
Oh, look, I'd have to say John Dory
yeah.
with skin on.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
fantastic. So look, it's been a funny year. We all want to survive to 25, they call it. Oyster season for Bluff's been a really tough one for them. 5 weeks of bad weather. Factory fire a couple of weeks ago, shut them down for 2 weeks. We've got 4 weeks left at Bluff. So I'm feeling sorry for those guys down there.
Yeah.
Wellington, up and down, certainly not as busy as it was last year in
Yeah.
the hospital trade.
So so bad weather means that fishermen can't, or fishing people can't go out.
Right.
And does that mean the fish is going to be a bumper season next year?
Well, there's lots of factors like the crayfish price now has gone down because China's on a recession. So are the fishermen going to go and do crayfish? No. So what are they going to do? They might have to do grouper, or they might have to do blue cod.
Wow.
Australia market's dead, duck white. So it gets a bit of a FUD in the Wellington market, which is good. That may be good for pricing, but again, winter, there's not so much fishing.
I saw that New World had crayfish on special, still $50 each, but that's cheap.
That is why.
Yep.
So
Okay.
you'll see a lot of crayfish in holding tanks. They can't get rid of them.
Yeah. I've got a question from the Facebook. Where is your favourite restaurant to go to?
Well, you see, I've got really a lot of customers now. I can't favour any. Okay?
Ah.
So I'm not going to answer that. But
Okay.
they're listening.
Could go to a pizza
They
place,
will kill me.
Domino's Pizza.
But anyway.
Now, question from the camera.
Uh-oh.
Question from the camera. You must have a favourite restaurant. You don't get to tell Sarah Jane on Hotline what to do. You answer the question, or you're off the show.
I'm off the show.
Go to that
Favourite
Argentinian
restaurant?
steak place. Don't get in trouble that way.
I mean, the Fox Club's great. The
Fox Club's?
food is fantastic.
A nice little.
Well, you might have lost another seafood restaurant, but you double your sales at Foxgate.
All right. Well, thank you very much, cameraman. We're going to wrap that up. Thanks very much for coming along, Steve, this
Cheers,
afternoon.
thank you.
Sarah Jane, of course.
Thank you.
That's Hotline.
Thanks.
We've had Steve Piper from Co-Kids in the hot seat with the hot hat, and that's Hotline for this afternoon. All the best.
Hey, cheers, guys. Really appreciate it.
Can't beat Wellington on a good day or even a bad day too. You can't beat Wellington, it's a cliche, but nonetheless it's